Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever time of day it is for you. Good day. Welcome to the Thursday stream. Welcome, excuse me, Flame Zealous. Welcome to being so early to the stream. Now I know the past few days have been off. I just haven't really been.
You might
feeling
need to
too
send
well.
it again.
Wait. All right. Star King is on with us, but he's currently having some audio issues. So, while we can hear him, he cannot hear us. So it's going to be really odd, seeing as how we can, whatever he's talking about, whatever trash he's saying.
There we go.
We're not going to hear it, but anything we're going to say back to him, well, that's just going to be a mystery. That's right. We can talk about him and he won't know unless he watches the stream, which he doesn't. So say whatever you like. I think you'll be safe, Flamezillus. But let's just jump right into the game. Alright. Let's see if he's able to, if he notices this chat. Can I ping? Can I make a sound here? Nope. We'll assume he's ready. So it's going to be interesting trying to defeat the computer. Well, I forgot to change the difficulty in the computer, so it should be fairly easy. But we can't communicate. So this is going to be pretty interesting. Oh, well, thank you. This game is... you ever play... Well, do you know anything about Warhammer 40k? That's the first question.
No audio check? No. Nah.
Nope. Well, I guess Star King still can't hear us.
Alright.
Let's get some shooter boys. And some slugger boys. Alright, well, this is Dawn of War 2. One of the most famous Warhammer 40k games ever. Like, Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2 are probably the two best 40k games. And they're fairly old. I think this game's
Let's go.
15 years maybe. And Star King and I were both not very good at the multiplayer. And that is what we're working on right now. Okay. We used to play Space Marine on Thursdays, which is a third-person over-the-shoulder shooter, which is a lot of fun. We recently started playing Dawn of War 2 again,
come on.
Just to try to change things up.
I think we should take that spot. Do what I got.
All right, we just gotta make sure we capture enough stuff to get more points.
I'll get it.
And let's get some looters. No, don't have enough.
What you want? Time to meet your gods, humans. Got a job there.
An ally guard requisition point, boss!
Get him in! Death? Right, boss is gonna win.
Yeah, you got that? Come on. This is their warlord. If we take out the enemy warlord early on, they could really help us out. It's an interesting strategy. That sounds like something that the Tau would do. But we ain't the Tau.
On my way to get here, I won't stand.
We're not space weeaboos.
Leave that and move.
You know what? Go ahead and take this one.
Okay.
Some allied boys got a power node!
Got me shooter over there.
Okay, we need a... Well, let's get you... Are you forward enough? No. Let's get a looter out here.
Shooter most bigger at your service.
And can I afford... no, I can't afford a turret.
Yeah, what is it? This power node is mine.
Do I want to be one? No.
This moving.
Not
Trying
even
to get
close.
more power.
You clearly don't know anything about the Tau. They're not as bad as Eldar. Eldar are just cheaters.
Please lose
My mech boy can't do enough damage to him to scare him off.
Friends just off it. Ooh, we had it to the
Oh,
boss.
think we got him. We got him. Now let's recapture this point.
What? I'm fighting here.
See who we're missing
Shooters
here.
ready for you, boss. Oi, you got us. We shoot
Okay,
them.
replenish your force.
Boys got a power node.
We shooters ready, boss.
Where are you guys? Oh, you're right there. Retreat back. Loot us. Get back over here. Guard this area.
We're coming, don't you? Lock and loaded, boss. Over there. Right.
You guys guard up here.
That way. Let's be swing Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
Way.
And you guard over here.
I hate that we can't. I can't hear you.
We have a truck. Only
Someone want to fix that building.
And here you go.
Oi, you got
The
us.
enemy's taken one of our requisition points.
Get it, boys.
Okay. And this guy just doesn't learn. Just keeps coming by here by himself.
Get the power thingy up, boss.
Hey, us, boss. You got us.
This Horns are just such bad shots. We have all this dagger, and we keep missing the guy. Come on, we almost got him.
Auxiliary arrives. Sparking now, boss.
He- he's too fast.
Summon allied boys.
How much health does he have left?
Victory point for us.
Oh, we're not gonna be able to get him.
This way. Here.
You guys are gonna be able to capture this.
Shooters, get it, boys.
See, we get to a big shoot. Yeah, we get to a big shootout.
Bring out the bigger shooters.
We're not gonna use up any of our energy. We need to save up our energy so we could upgrade to level 2. Your lore knowledge started with spending 30 minutes trying to figure out what the difference is between 40k and Vermintide. Well, do you know the difference between it now? One is fantasy, one is sci-fi.
Shooters ready for you, boss. Got me, shooter. Life is good.
Don't rely on that infantry help.
Where's me which way? Here for yous. That's the way.
How's Star King doing on this side? He's doing fine. We get 2 points. What's the third point? Oh wait, it's right over here.
Some allied boys got a power node.
We got it, boss. We got it. Chopper.
Like, we have several lore buffs on the Discord channel if you ever needed to know anything Warhammer-ish.
Just me.
You figured out this took you long since no one is telling those two separate things. Oh, it wasn't always that way. Like, weird thing is the fantasy Warhammer, lore-wise, used to be part of the sci-fi Warhammer. Like, the story was
Getting a power thingy up,
like
boss.
the Eye of Terror, which is the big warp gate to hell in 40k universe, opened up and swallowed the entire universe. And then after swallowing the entire universe, it created fantasy Warhammer. So everything fantasy Warhammer is technically after sci-fi Warhammer, but they retconned that, so that's no longer a thing, which is kind of irritating because I thought it was kind of cool. They retconned it because they didn't want it. What just happened? Everything just went dark for my team. My enemies are doing something weird. But yeah, they did that because story-wise, like for the books, they didn't want to limit the story writers with that kind of lore. But I always thought it was kind of cool. Okay, now we gotta get a whole lot of tank busters. Oh, I'm gonna need more points.
Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Locked and loaded, boss.
Here comes a gunner.
You guys,
Let's do this. Oh, I'm surprised none of my guys have died.
Some allied boys got a power node.
we're doing good.
I think this is important.
Like, I think there's this one book in Warhammer Fantasy Where? Oh nope, you guys gonna go and take these guys out.
I know you guys can hear me, but I can't hear Coco. That's the problem, which is kind of, I don't know. It's just really weird not hearing the God King's beautiful voice.
There we go. It's one. But right. So there's a story in Fantasy Warhammer where they found this magical gauntlet that grants you, more like extra strength, but it just turned out to be a power gauntlet for a Space Marine that died on some planet that they were on.
We got it, boss. We got it. What do you want with me?
I wouldn't say it was too contradictory. I mean, that might have been the case in some instances, but the writers, it's like to try to keep up with the lore between sci-fi and fantasy. It was too much for the writers to keep it consistent. So they retconned it. So like, nope, they're completely different things. I mean, whether you like that or not, it's up to you. I think it's just kind of a what you call it. Nope, they're coming up from behind. I think it's a cop out. Okay, now we're gonna need to keep some of you guys over here.
Got me moving. I gotta walk. Finally, something to shoot. Let's spank a tank. Let's go get
Pincer attack. Come on.
time to meet your gods, humans.
That's what they get for trying to sneak up behind me.
Shoot me. I shoot you out. That's the best you can do.
Now, what I love about orcs is I don't know if you heard about this in 40K, but there's no magic. It's all psychic powers, and orcs are accidentally the most powerful psychers in the universe. They just don't know it. Like, they have the power of belief. Quite literally the power of belief. If they believe something should work, it does.
Shooting, boss. Got a job for us.
Like, there's this rule on the tabletop called red goes faster,
We have it right.
which kind of, in the lore-wise, is like orcs believe that if they put the red paint on their vehicles, it moves faster. Because red's fast. And it works. They also believe that if your guns make a bigger bang sound, they're more powerful. So they put amplifiers on the end of the gun barrels to make it, make it louder. And they just keep sneaking up behind me.
Click the last inch. Attack. Locked and loaded, boss.
No, oh, you guys are screwed. You guys are screwed. This is what you get. Yep, I got rocket boys, or tank busters. Oh, the sorcerer is the one that made everything go dark. We need more tank busters. We almost got him. Okay, no, come back. Let's not get greedy. We captured that. Okay, we still got that. Still got this. Good. You guys back up.
Let's go get chopping.
We went from trying to figure out the difference between those and figuring out why the Emperor is called the God, and stop there. It's actually a big story behind it. Like, the Emperor never wanted to be called a God. It was actually against the rules to call him a God until after he kind of died. In fact, the entire Horus Heresy, or the Civil War, started because people were calling him a God.
What's an eat, boss? Gets trooping dead. The power node is...
He's losing a power node to the enemy, boss!
Wait, who?
Got me shooter.
He's taking a power
Live is
node.
good.
Where?
Locked and loaded, boss.
Was that on Star King's side? Must be Star King's side.
Flash and fine.
You know, in fact, let's go help Star King out.
Locked
We'll
and
leave these guys
loaded,
over here.
boss. Oi, you got us. Which way? Right.
Make sure we got everybody in a good formation. Alright.
Big below start Ikin, lads.
Come on.
I hear ya, I'm going.
March this way.
A new type of death, is it?
You know, let's upgrade some more troops here. Let's give these guys a nod. Oh wait.
My fault.
Okay. We're going to give them a nod once we get enough points
He's
for it.
losing some land.
You better have something like this. Where's me squig
There we go. Now they're getting a nod.
New units ready, boss.
We blame the Bull's most recent 40k rap for getting. Wait, who? Dan Bull. Okay. Don't know who that guy is, but if he's rapping about 40k, that's already pretty cool. If you really want to get into the lore, there's this one YouTube group and podcast called Adeptus Ridiculous. They go through a ton of lore in 40k, and they're mostly right.
We got it, boss.
They get it, you know, they're not perfect, but they get a good amount right. And there's also the Emperor's Text to Speak, which is pretty hilarious.
Start Ikin, lads. You're dead, and I'm not.
Yeah, the idea behind the Emperor's Text to Speak is that they finally installed a text to speak device on the Emperor's throne, so he has computer speak, and he can apparently communicate. And they talk about the lore between 30k and 40k to see what the Emperor has missed in his time of his nap time.
The enemy's taken one of our requisition points.
Ooh, where? Oh, I see.
Where you want that?
Boys, it's dead. Those shots is close to camp.
What?
Nope, nope. Go back, go back. Let's give you a nod.
The boys need themselves a knob, they do.
Yeah. What is it? We're coming, don't you?
Oh,
fret.
wait.
Our boss is gonna wear your skull.
They're coming up from behind.
We got enough to lead us, boys. Wonderful.
Okay, hurry up, hurry up.
Boss, we got it. What do you want with it?
Oh, you're gonna capture that third one.
That's right, Star King. We got this.
I'm actually gonna go after it myself.
Chaos crazy coming
No, we can't let them. We can't lose ground. We're really far ahead. We need to keep this lead.
Crushed them. What for? What? I'm fighting here. On my way to get
No, you Luda, stay here.
Here we come.
Slugga, stay here. Let's get you a now.
The boys need themselves
You know what, let's get you a burner.
knob, they do. Boss, we're losing some land.
You got us. Let's go kill them.
They're trying to take that again. Yeah, technically this 30k. It's pretty much forced heresy. It's 30k. It's before the Civil War and during the Civil War. There is technically a tabletop for it, but it's not called 30k.
Why are we losing the land?
Look at that. That's proper kill, daddies. This way. Here. Head killing. Where's me squiggle? Our boss is gonna wear your skull. This better be worth the
Oh no, this we are going to wreck this guy. All right, we take it. And you guys take this guy out.
Great idea.
You help him.
Lock and loaded, boss.
Give it to him, big guy.
You good?
That's Grant's work.
I'm so sorry to make it all dark. Alright, so. Okay, it's confusing. The Horus Heresy, that's pretty much where the big Imperium lore starts. Kind of, well, it technically doesn't. That's where all the interesting stuff kind of starts, right? With the Emperor trying to reconquer the galaxy. Because humanity kind of like spread out amongst the galaxy. Some crap happened. They lost contact with the planets, and now they're trying to reclaim everything. Get you, Flame. So, 30k is when the Imperium has all the Primarchs, which are like the daddies of all the Space Marines. And they're the sons of the Emperor. Like the Emperor's Primarchs, Space Marines. But then one of his sons, Horus, betrays the Emperor and, you know, starts a civil war. And half the Primarchs join Horus, the other half stick with the Emperor. And that all happens during 30k. So, the Emperor sort of died, but not really. Right now he's kind of like a skeleton on the throne. Horus was killed. Imperium's kind of like torn asunder. They kind of lost their dominance over the universe. And now everything is at war. And that's where 40k takes place.
What you need, boss?
The enemy's taken one of our requisition points!
Oh, I'll be here again.
Big lost on Ikin, lads.
Give 'em hell, boss!
Alright, you know what? Luda's, just stick up here. We just got too much for you guys. I want more tank busters. I don't have enough space for more tank busters. First video about the Emperor's guy said he didn't fight Horus until he killed a god or something. Then so he was actually a threat. But before that he let himself get beat up. But he also said a lot of other things that were his own opinions. Alright. It's not entirely right. So Horus, okay, like we're skipping a ton here, but when Horus finally got to Earth and started his siege on Terra and tried to take out the Emperor's palace, it's not that the Emperor didn't join the fight until Horus killed the god. His Emperor was he didn't really want to fight Horus because Horus was his son. But when he saw that Horus was about to win, it was like, okay, I gotta take this serious. He's about to destroy everything I've been working on. And he did fight Horus seriously. In fact, he completely wrecked Horus. But he couldn't bring himself to do the final blow on Horus. He just needed to do the final blow on Horus, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. That's when Horus took advantage of it, stabbed the Emperor with a special sword that's really meant to kill gods, to kill anything really. And once he stabbed the Emperor, that's when the Emperor like, okay, that's it. So I'm gonna break you, and then he, you know, destroyed Horus after that. But the damage was already done. Emperor's dying. There's no way he was gonna not die. Okay, why are you over there? Oh, easy one.
My God. Ugh.
The god that
My
guy
fingers went numb.
might be referring to is Sanguinius. He's not a god. He was a Primarch. But he was like an angelic Primarch. Like, he literally had angel wings. And he was like the most beautiful of all the Primarchs. And everybody loved him. And he tried to convince Horus to stop the war. But Horus ended up killing Sanguinius. And that might have been the last straw for the Emperor. That's probably was when the Emperor just came out and was like, okay, now I'm going to kick your ass. But also, the death of Sanguinius had a very major effect on his Space Marines, which were the Blood Angels, and completely cursed all of the Blood Angels. So now they go into like the Black Rage. And when they enter the Black Rage, that's it. They're done. They're berserkers. They fight until they die. And they're also kind of like vampires. But that's a lot of lore I'm not going to get into because we don't have time for that.
Alright.
Yeah, the Blood Angels are sort of like space vampires. They're already kind of weird, but they didn't really have a bloodlust until after Sanguinius died. When Sanguinius died, it sent out like this psychic aftershock that affected everybody that had his gene seed, which are the Blood Angels. So it's a well-kept secret from anybody who's not in the Blood Angels that they kind of need to drink blood. Before battle, they have a feast, and in the feast, okay, I forget which book this was, but it's like super grim. They need to kill a certain number of people. I think it's I forget how many people it was actually, and all but one are willing participants. The last one needs to be an unwilling participant. Otherwise, the ritual doesn't work. This is not something they like to do. They hate this aspect of themselves, but they do know that it's required for them to try to hold back the Black Rage. So yeah, the Blood Angels, they're about as close to being Chaos Space Marines without actually being Chaos Space Marines.
Right, we'll get the post up.
So you guys recruit. Oh, we're taking the sorcerer out. He's right here.
I'm great.
Oh, we ran too far. We can't lose the one power supply we got. Where are those guys going? We need to get more shooter boys. Okay, Chaos Space Marines, those are the guys that actually joined Horus during the Civil War, and they gave themselves over to the powers of Chaos. Chaos specifically meaning the Chaos Gods. Come on, build that turret. Oh, they
Jesus.
killed all of them?
There is no glory in pointless defeat.
Oh. This is a much tougher battle now. I mean, they took all of my resources. Kill these scouts.
What? Oh, get it! Kill them cows! That hurts!
No blow will go unanswered.
I need to reinforce these guys.
Roasting time.
What you want? Oi! Over there! Oi! Over there! Get
Take out this Tech Marine.
Oi, now!
Okay, so why do your characters sound like Uruk from Lord of the Rings? They don't. Uruk sounds like them.
That rocks in one of our turrets is losing their bits and pieces.
Where's me squig oi? Let's go get
Actually, honestly, they don't sound like Uruk from Lord of the Rings. They have Cockney accents. I don't think I've ever heard Uruk have a Cockney accent.
that chopper boys is on us, boss! Got me shooter. Can't we have a truck? Police up front! You mean to kill! You mean to kill! Ready for melee! What? One fight now! This you mean? I can take it, you mean? You shoot me! I shoot you!
Go the Space Marines. It's possible they just killed first in the battle, but these orcs kind of like all sound the same. No, we gotta capture this. Come on, we're already behind on points.
Getting a power thingy up, boss.
I think
You
this
guys
is
hang back.
important.
We're gonna need some of
The
you.
last there better be loot. Got me shooter. Moving.
Get some more. Good.
Generator right, sparking now, boss.
Let's get another power generator on
Getting
that.
a power thingy up, boss. Boss, we's losing some land.
Got it.
Damn it, we lost the power node down there.
Locked and loaded, boss. Last small.
Generator right, sparking now, boss.
We gotta help Star King. Oh, Star King has a big wog going. Okay, we got chaos moving up behind us.
Can't we have a truck? I don't shoot this lot. These humans are just mean. You shoot me, I shoot you. Great idea. You shoot me, I shoot you. Big hide. Marked it.
Up here, we're up here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How? Give me that.
One shooter and two grots in a can. Coming up.
I don't know. Stop trying to take away my power. Right now they are winning, but not by a lot. I did increase the AI difficulty a little bit, so they are putting up a lot more of a fight this time around.
Let's go get Choppy. Shoot 'em, Moose! We got enough to lead us, boys! Wonderful! Over here!
You know what? Let's get you a big shootout.
Bring out the bigger shooters! Awesome! We're losing some land!
Don't want to go too deep into enemy territory. We'll get torn up by their base.
Start hiking, lads! Got me the biggest shooter there is!
The boys need themselves a knob, they do! The boys is gone!
Okay, no, you guys help him out. That's your champion over there.
We tangled up proper! It's like he has some bits on you!
Nope, you scouts are dead.
Another one down! It's almost boring! Just a tinge! Right!
Oh, that was my orcs. They have a special ability called WOG, where they all roar. It pretty much gives them more power when they go into melee combat. I didn't realize I lost this.
Boss!
Sure, can't we have a talk,
Now you guys stay up here.
Small adjustment. Got me, sugar. Life is good.
Bring out the bigger shooters!
There's only both of you doing that.
Loading boss over there. Right. Too much walking. Not enough yes,
I need more energy so I could upgrade to rank 2.
That's more like it.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Charlene Muller on D Live. Welcome to the Choppy crew. Hey, be sure to check out my Glimesh page. This is where I'm trying to main right now.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that. Get out of here. Get out of here. You guys focus on these guys. Well, I don't have any grenades, do I? Gotta make sure they don't capture that. Keep running, keep running. You're the guy with the big shooter. That's expensive. Did he make it back? He made it back. Okay, cool.
The place is getting shot!
They're just all over the place. You know what? Let's take away their power station. Oh crap. Oh, you guys gotta go back. Aben, what's that? Suppress squad fire. Suppress them. No. You guys going too deep. Retreat, retreat. Pretty sure it wasn't in the game when you heard someone say, yeah, shoot him. I hope that was in the game you heard somebody say, shoot him. You alright over there? You good? You safe? Okay, you guys move up. Back up, back up. Oh, tier 2. Yes.
There'll be hordes and hordes
Let's see. You know what? Let's get a Death Dread. Okay, I need a little more power for a Death Dread.
Flash, I hear you, I'm going.
Okay, you know what? We need to replenish our
Locked and
troops.
loaded, boss.
Our friends just offed it. The red boy's level 5.
Alright, get in the Death Dread now.
Oi, the war boss we like is back at his own camp.
It might have been Starking. I don't recall Starking saying, yeah, shoot him. I mean, it might have been him. I know Orcs say that a lot.
Fine.
How are our resources going? Okay, you guys.
Got some.
Replenish.
He's losing some land.
Got me which way? Right.
You guys.
Here he is. Locked and loaded, boss. Yeah, just here. Got me shooting.
Replenish.
Here comes a gunner.
That's the way. Here for yous.
Replenish. Now you guys gotta get back in there.
Let's go, gang.
Gotta get stuck in there.
Some new units ready, boss. They's come for our owns.
Time to shoot.
Protect the power supply. Get another Death Dread.
Where's me? Just here.
We're gonna go Walker heavy on
We
this
need
one.
sparking power to do that, boss.
Let's go, gang. Choppy.
How you guys doing?
Over here.
We got it with the boys.
Over here.
Oh, now we got the Death Dread.
This may take a bit. Order up. Shoot is ready for
Okay,
you,
retreat
boss.
back. You need to replenish.
Shoot 'em, nose bigger. At your service.
Let's see, what should I get you? Let's get you some electric. Nah, I'm gonna save the points. And you know, we're gonna get a weird boy. We haven't done that in a long while. But going crazy isn't that bad.
Where to, boss? Boy, that's a hide to shoot a line beast.
I'm actually over the pop cap. I can't get another, can't replenish that troop.
Don't rely on that infantry, Oak.
Line which way? Right.
This is a Death Dread.
He's losing some
Finish a
land.
giant can with claws and flamethrowers.
Just a
You know-
few steps.
There's one point up here. Let's go take that point.
Just a moment, eh?
You guys go over.
Flash and small adjustment. Locked and loaded, boss. Move it. Big but small adjustment.
Once we capture this, we'll have all three. And we could take a really big lead. And I haven't seen the enemy with any anti-vehicle weapons. So there's nothing they can do against my Death Dread. Alright. Death Dread can have capture, so I'm gonna have him walk around. Look for something to smash up.
I'm heading out. Where to, Bob? Where? I see what your plan is.
Good idea. You're so cunning and masterful.
Just trying to get the weird boy all of his
He's
powers.
losing some land.
Where? Where am I losing land?
Mine now. That's right.
He's all over bridges, boss. Good idea. You're so cunning and masterful.
I got the spot.
You know what? You guys come up over here and capture this. The Death Dreads and the Weird Boy will protect you.
Few steps.
That's right, with a K. He has his 40k. That just makes it more orky. That's way too far. Oh, man, that's way too. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna march these guys over there.
I got the spot.
They're down to us. Still,
they don't have the weaponry to deal with these guys. Can the weird boy capture it? Weird boy can capture, okay. Oh, that's one of Star King's boys. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, like he grabbed a Chaos Marine and a Scissor Claw and started smashing the blade against his face, and then just tossed him aside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
It looks like Star King got that. Oh, I lost some boys up here. Means I could get something else now. Let's see. You know, we just get the. No, don't have enough requisition, but if we're gonna get tank buses, we can. No, we don't have enough. We'll get a war trap. You know, let's get some warp vomit on these guys. It's not just vomit, it's warp vomit.
Those boys messed with the wrong orc. If we want it, we get it. You're just a fuse. They're shooting me. Come where? Up.
Let's see. Okay, Star King's taking that over. Come on, Death Dreads, get over there! Warp Boy's taking damage. Or Weird Boy, I mean. Too easy. Alright, you guys can back up a bit. Yeah, with the rest of the group. And now we got all 3 points. How does a machine vomit? Not easily. Oh, but you're talking about the weird boy. No, this is the guy that vomited. And technically these machines, they have orcs inside of them. The way it works is like, it's they're mechs. So, you get this empty can, you put an orc in there, like carve open his head, like take the skull cap off, and put a bunch of wires in the brain, and attach it to the Death Dread, and that's how they control it. Like, they quite literally just stick wires into the brain, and that works. It does make them go crazy sometimes, but orcs are more than willing to take that risk, just for more, just to be able to do more damage. After this come up here, the weird boy can take this point by himself. He's kind of hurt anyway. Sounds really painful. It is. It is. They are in constant pain. And I'm not just saying that just to, you know, be edgy. It's in the lore is they are always in constant pain. Because like, the idea is like, hey, I could get in a giant mech machine with bigger guns and bigger weapons. Yeah, I'll do that. And then once they were hooked up to it, like, this is a terrible idea. Too easy. Yeah, they still do it because they want more DACA. DACA for orcs is just more guns, more bullets, more things that go boom. all orcs want to do is fight. If they don't have enemies to fight, they'll just fight themselves. Like, the orc power of belief is so hilarious on how it works. It's like, I literally mean, it's like if they believe something should work, it should work. There's been, I forget what book it was, but after a battle with Tech Marine, or was it a Tech Marine? Well, somebody from the Imperium picked up an orc gun and tried to figure out how it works, so they opened it up. It was an empty case. It was just like a hollowed out case of a gun that had bullets inside there. Because orcs believe you put bullets in one end, it shoots out the other end. And it works for orcs. In space battles, orcs believe that they could just open up a window in their spaceship, stick their head out, and shoot out the window. And they don't get sucked out by the vacuum. Yes, they believe that's the way it's supposed to work.
Big blasting troops here.
If they believe you're the smartest person, there's this theory, it's unproven, but there's this theory that the God Emperor is still alive only because the orcs believe he's still alive. And if the orcs ever thought that the Emperor died, he would die. Oh, I saw a Death Dread over at Stark's base. A Dreadnought. But I got 2 Death Dreads. I should be able to handle a single Dreadnought. Everybody shoot this Dreadnought. Where's my war boy? He might be able to do something. Over there, fling nearby enemies. Warpath. Zap. There we go. And he hit his own guys. Stop hitting your own guys. The weird boy has such terrible aim. He's in it. You know what? Go home. Go home. You're drunk, weird boy. Get the mech boy. Repair the truck. We need that truck. Do they believe in the universe is empty? Would it be? Or is there a limit to their power? So far, there hasn't been shown to be a limit to their power. Here's the thing though. Orcs need, like, as a collective, they need to believe it. Like, there's a few instances where you only need a few orcs to believe something for something to happen, if it's something really minor. But the more orcs you get, the more powerful it is. So if you convince every single orc that the universe is empty, which would be a tall tale because they could look at each other and say like, oh, it's not empty, we're here. But if you could do it, it could happen. The hilarious thing is, like, if the orcs were just a little bit smarter, they will lose their power. They're only so powerful is because of how stupid they are.
The other side's got 100 points left.
Flash est get started.
Okay, let's get this point back. There was this one book, I forget what book it was. Oh, they actually have a... Where's my dreadnoughts? They have predator tanks. And one of my death dreads is almost destroyed.
Hey, Cook, if you can hear me, I might have to call it a night after this one.
So, 2 orcs are in a war buggy, right? they're driving along the desert. The buggy runs out of gas. So one orc goes to the other, like, "Hey, I thought you filled the gas tank." The other orc's like, "I did." And then the buggy was able to drive again because it had gas again. Because they both believed that it was filled with gas, so it was. That's one of the few instances where like you don't need a few orcs to believe something for it to work.
I already see how to make it better.
Let's see, what else do they believe? They believe that purple makes it harder for people to catch you, so all their commando units wear purple, and it's harder to see them now. Why they're more powerful? Because they're stupid. It's, like I said, it's the power of belief. If they were smart enough to know that, oh hey, red paint doesn't actually make vehicles faster, then that stops working. Their vehicles will be so much slower because red paint doesn't make it faster anymore. If they were smart enough to know that how loud their guns is has no effect on how powerful it is, their guns will become weaker. It's only because they're so dumb that they believe that's the way it's supposed to work that it works.
Victory.
Alright, and Starking said he has to go, so let me jump into the Discord. Let's see. Wait. And okay. At Start King. Cool. Sign in off. Alright, well, thank you, Starking, for showing up. I know we had some audio issues. Hopefully we could get your audio issues fixed for next time. Thank you, Flame Zealous, for showing up. I am always up for talking 40k. It is one of my favorite kind of sci-fi things to nerd out about. In fact, I have several armies painted up. Some I'm not finished painting. In fact, I might do a stream where I'm actually just doing a painting stream where I got a new model. Sisters of Battle being one of my favorite armies. I got a Sister Battle piece I want to paint. But like I said, we also have a few people on the Discord that are huge 40k lore nuts. So if you want, anytime, like if you want to pick up a 40k game, the Dawn of War, Gladius, Space Marine, you are more than welcome to jump in on our Thursday 40k streams and play with us. And we go to just, talk more about the war. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm streaming tomorrow, or if I am streaming. Lately, I've been kind of off my game. But maybe I'll play some more 40k tomorrow. If you want to jump in tomorrow, I'll more than happy to talk 40k. In fact, I'll jump into a voice channel, so you guys should jump into the voice channel with me. But till then, I hope you guys have a great night. You have a great one, Flame Zealous. Thank you, Starking, again. If you guys are watching this replay, I hope you have a great one. Till then, later.